Selena Gomez is giving her 180 million followers on Instagram a history lesson on school desegregation. The pop star handed over her account to civil rights activist Ruby Bridges, who was the first black child to integrate in an all-white school in New Orleans back in 1960. She also inspired this famous Norman Rockwell painting of a black girl being escorted by U.S. Marshals to school. Ruby shared footage of how white parents reacted to that day in 1960. Watch.
They gather on schedule to harass the children still going to school with angry protests.
Oh my God, she didn't want them to go to school. They want them to go to all white school.
We are the white people. They are the and I mean, he said and I if I'd have been him, I'd have said because that's what they are.
Wow, racism is learned. Unbelievable. I'm so glad that my Sophie will not grow up in a time like that. In a video message, Ruby explains the importance of that day. Have a look.
I think it will help you to understand why I think we, Black and brown sisters and brothers, need to stand united in this fight to save Black and brown lives. I want you to remember that it is all of our shared history. This is your legacy too.
It is all of our shared history. A powerful statement, Al. What can we learn from history?
Well, Sam, it's hard to learn from history when you're not taught that history. I don't remember more than a few minutes being spent on her. I don't remember 1 second of any history class I've ever taken talking about the Tulsa Massacre, the greatest racial massacre in the history of this country, not mentioned. Asian internment camps, Sam, where were they? Who was in them? This country has a very checkered past in terms of highlighting the things that they want to. We learn about Betsy Ross and the goofy flag and all that stuff. We're not going to learn about the greatest racial riots ever. Where's that information? I did a podcast with my buddy Frank Caliendo, who's a very educated man, prides himself on doing history, and he called me to find out if that was real or that was part of a cartoon that he was watching. So until people know our history, how can we remember it?
Yeah, you're absolutely right. My mom, a fourth grade teacher, would have to kind of revise her textbooks when she taught about Christopher Columbus and Native Americans, so she could actually teach her fourth graders what our, to Al's point, checkered past really is. Horrific.